Zion National Park. My family and I took a trip this summer, 2022, so let's check it out. Now, as you go through slides like these, pictures like these, as I say, pause to read them, because I take pictures for myself to be able to go back and read them as well. The Virgin River cuts through the sandstone on her journey home, taking with her rocks and pebbles, widening and reshaping the canyons that define Zion. The intensity of the colors, the vivid ruby of the rocks, the clear sapphire of the sky, the emerald of the grass, make Zion National Park a treasure of the West. Utah's first national park, Zion offers hiking, camping, backpacking, climbing, and more, making it a popular summer vacation spot for families and adventurers. As I take you through this tour of Zion National Park, I want to thank nationalparks.org for some great information I'm using to help inform you of such a great place. Situated in the southwestern corner of Utah, near the Nevada and Arizona borders, Zion National Park is a convenient stop for those visiting Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, or Grand Canyon National Park. Now, my family and I came in a long ways. Now, we came in from Las Vegas, but we actually came in from Wisconsin. Some of us flew and some of us took the train, but either way, we met in Las Vegas, stayed over in Las Vegas one night. That was enough time actually for us in Vegas because that's sort of a weird place. But anyway, then we headed over to southern Utah by renting a car. And we actually stayed at Zion's Tiny Getaway, which is a great community of tiny homes. I'm just throwing it out there. But anyway, we stayed there and traveled from there to Zion National Park and fell in love. So let's talk more about the park itself. Accessible from State Route 9 or Interstate 15, Zion offers visitors a variety of activities across several geographic regions. It started out as Mukachuep National Monument in 1909, but was granted national park status by the U.S. Congress in 1919. The Highland of Zion National Park is an expansive canyon. Averaging 2,000 feet deep, Zion Canyon offers hiking opportunities along its floor in the 20 to 30 foot wide area known as the Narrows, which we saw. We were down there and we saw the Narrows, but we decided not to walk down and through the Narrows because there was a chance of a flash flood. Therefore, we thought, probably not. We shouldn't go down there when there's a chance of a flash flood. That would not be a good situation. Now, there's another challenging area known as the Subway you can hike. We never got there. The other thing is that swimming is also permitted in this area of the Virgin River. We weren't planning on that. We didn't bring any swimsuits along the way, so we didn't go swimming. But we did see a bunch of people enjoying the water and swimming through it. Other spectacular features of Zion include natural rock arches. Two of the most prominent are the Crawford and Kolob, 1,000 feet above the canyon floor. Crawford Arch can be seen from the patio of the park's Human History Museum. It was nice being cooled off by the water coming down from the canyon, while the temperature outside is a truly hot 90 to 100 degrees. Just make sure you bring enough water. It's very important to keep hydrated as you're walking through the park because it can get very hot, to say the least. As with many other parks in the West, Zion National Park weather is dependent on season and elevation. In the summer, temperatures reach 100 degrees or more on the canyon floor and top out in the 90s at higher elevations. And trust me, it was in the 90s and in the hundreds as we stayed there. Fast-moving thunderstorms can cause flash floods during this period. And again, we had a flash flood warning, and that's why we didn't go down the Narrows on that particular day. It's also noted to stay on a path, as you can see by signs like that. Also, some of the drop-offs aren't too good, so yeah, be careful, stay on the path. Spring and fall normally feature warm days and cool nights. However, there's always a chance of a late spring or early summer snowstorm. Zion sees most of its precipitation in the winter, with temperatures ranging from 50 degrees during the day to below freezing at night. At night. That, by the way, was a SpongeBob SquarePants reference, for those that didn't know. At night. Anyway, let's get back to the tour. Zion National Park camping, hiking, and backpacking are available to park guests. Other outdoor adventures include biking along Zion Canyon Scenic Drive. We saw a bunch of bicyclists on that drive. It was very cool, and it was fun. They waved to us sometimes. Anyway, also rafting along the Virgin River. Guests in search of more leisurely activities can partake in Zion Park Ranger-led events, join a guided horseback tour, or watch one of the 285 bird species recorded in the park. Park guests can stop by the Zion Canyon Visitor Center to pick up a Zion National Park map. Here we are in the Middle Earth with Frodo and Samwise Gamgee. I'm sorry, that's Lord of the Rings. We are at the Middle Emerald Pools, that's where we are. Zion Park is open 24 hours a day, year-round. However, some attractions may be closed during inclement weather or colder seasons. A weekly admission pass is $25 per vehicle or $12 for individuals. Zion National Park camping is available at 3 developed front country sites for a fee, and reservations are required. Guests looking for more luxurious accommodations within the park can stay at Zion Lodge. While there is no additional booking fee, it's recommended that reservations are made should you wish to stay at the lodge's cabins. One obvious and main thing you will do at the park or in the park is what I'm doing right now. Just sitting back and looking at the scenery. It's breathtaking, as you can see. Take it all in and take your time through the park. Naturally, for some odd reason, you're also going to stop and take some pictures of family. Now, my son and my sister aren't in these pictures because they were much more energetic than us and they went ahead, way ahead, which is cool for them. As you can see and as you will experience, the terrain can be hazardous. Take your time, especially for the little people like my wife and my daughter. Don't worry, I'm not videotaping this at all.
So special.
Because Carrie's wondering if we go this way.
Oh, hush.
Or this way. Yeah, like that way. She says she's delirious. It's tough to see the angle from the other way we did not go, but the angle going down with all those big giant rocks, and yeah, that was probably a good 45 to 50 degree angle going down. Not, again, the way to go. Be aware. Stay on the trail. Read the signs. Be careful. But I want to go past the fence. I just want to stand on the edge of the rock and be cool. And yes, we've seen people try to get the ultimate selfie. Not a smart thing to do. I'm just telling you, don't do it. Now here are some more cool family shots, if I do say so myself. But again, I'm probably biased with this, since they're my kids and my wife and my sister, you know, just saying. Wait, it's a squirrel. We don't see those ever at Zion National Park. Or we see them almost everywhere. They're so cute though. Speaking of which, Zion has a large and varied ecosystem, due largely in part to the expansive and diverse landscape it inhabits. Visitors can expect to see lizards, mule deer, and wild turkeys, and probably some squirrels. And hopefully won't run into some of the more dangerous animals like mountain lions or rattlesnakes on their vacations. Yeah, that would not be cool. Here's a cute little lizard. It is alive. It will move. Oh, there you go. Okay, sweet. Hi. You gone. All right, let's go. We're going to take the pledge. So, the Zion National Park Pledge is a personal promise you can make to protect yourself in the park. By the way, this is coming from the nps.gov site, which again is a great site to do some research for not only Zion, but many, well, pretty much all the national parks around the United States. Anyway, so here's what it says. The Zion National Park Pledge is a personal promise you can make to protect yourself and the park. To be a good steward and to help protect myself and Zion National Park, I pledge to plan ahead and prepare by reading and following the information in the park newspaper. And then there's a link there for that. Keep personal food away from all wildlife and never approach or touch a wild animal. That is also huge, by the way. Now, sometimes animals, such as squirrels, do approach you and approach your food, especially if you have like a backpack that has a little bit of food in it, like some nuts or peanuts. Yeah, trust me, they'll try to get into it. So just be aware of that. Alright, let's continue with the pledge. I also pledge to protect the canyon walls, rocks, and trees from graffiti and vandalism. Preserve the park scenery by not collecting wildflowers, rocks, or plants. Never enter a narrow canyon where there is a potential for flash flooding. Again, the Narrows, for example, which we never went through that day because there was the potential for flash flooding, but I heard it's amazing. So if you do go and there's no chance for flash flooding, then go for it. I heard it's amazing. Anyway, also I pledge to be ready to pack out my human waste, toilet paper, and diapers from trail and river corridors. Yeah, okay, that sort of makes sense for camping. Okay, anyway. Stay on established trails to protect vegetation and fragile cryptobiotic soils. Well, that's a pretty cool word. Cryptobiotic. Say that 3 times fast. Cryptobiotic. Okay, I can't even say it 1 time fast. Anyway. Leave rocks as I find them, and not stack rock cairns or build river dams. Protect the natural sounds of the canyon by talking softly and using headphones for music. Or nowadays, earbuds, right? Recycle what I can and dispose of my trash and food appropriately. Park in designated areas and avoid blocking traffic. So that's ultimately all the pledge bullet points for you. The whole idea behind this is to leave no trace. Come into the park, enjoy the park, and leave the park in the same way you came into it. You'll be a stronger person to be able to hold up and lift up giant rocks. So let's talk about volcanoes of Zion. Now you might sit and go, what? And I said the same thing. I'm like, what? Anyway, yeah, so Zion has several volcanoes erupt inside its boundary. But these erupted long before Zion became a park. Many others from 1 to 3 million years ago erupted just north of the park, and many others have erupted much more recently. Well, much more recently, we'll see. Maybe about 10,000 years ago. Actually, the last one was about 32,000 years ago in Snow Canyon State Park. So I think we're okay, per se. Not as hot as volcanoes, but it does get very hot in the summertime. By the way, summer regularly is over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius in Zion. Use a refillable water bottle to carry plenty of water with you. Here we are at the Narrows, and like I said, we didn't go down into the Narrows because of the potential flash flood warning, so there you go. So we sat back and enjoyed the river, hanging out with us, and well, you know, some squirrels as well. So like I said, they were trying to get into the backpack, and actually this squirrel got into our backpack a little bit, started biting into it, so we're like, naughty. But by looking at it, I think it certainly had its fair share of food and snacks because it was a fat little guy. What's that guy looking at now? Oh, that's my wife. Yep, that's my wife. She signed the contract. With daylight and staffing at a maximum, facility operating hours will be the longest for the year during the summer. Except for ongoing construction projects and unforeseen emergencies, the park should be fully open and accessible. Take a look at the current conditions page to find out about the park closures. The park shuttle bus is required to access the Zion Canyon Scenic Drive and most of the hikes in Zion Canyon. Summer is the busiest time to visit Zion. Be prepared to share the park with around 500,000 other people each month. All available parking in Zion is often full by 9 a.m. So yeah, get there early, guys. If you arrive later than that, you should plan on parking in Springdale and use the town shuttle to reach the visitor center. Crowds are concentrated around holiday weekends, with Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day being the 3 most visited weekends all year. Well, I hope you enjoyed this mini tour I gave you guys of Zion National Park. The next tour I'm going to be doing is of Bryce Canyon. Then after that is the upper rim of the Grand Canyon, and then a couple of state parks in Utah. Enjoy!